I've got a '02 Honda Rancher that needs a tie rod fixed. I bought it from a guy who didn't want to put the time and money into it, so he put some electrical tape on the tie rod, as you can see right there. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've kind of already done it, is I'm going to loosen up my lug nuts. You have to take your tire off in order to get to the tie rod. So I've loosened it up. I'm going to get my jack. I'm going to jack it up real fast. Okay, I've got my wheel off. Make sure to put some blocks or something behind your wheel so it doesn't roll. Next, what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see it, in there on the top, there is a cotter pin that I'm going to take out and then undo that screw. Same with the tie rod right here. There's a cotter pin right here. See it wiggling? And I'm going to undo that screw, and then this whole piece is going to come off. On this machine here, you can see this cotter pin is bent, so I'm going to bend it back with my finger. Same with on the other side. Bend it so that it's straight, so that I can pull that out right there with a pair of pliers. I'm going to need 2 hands to do that. I'll show you what it's like in a second. So in here I have an 18mm and a 17mm. I have my wrench put right here. I have my socket on top, and I'm undoing the bolt. I'm about halfway done. I'm going to need both hands real fast to get it all the way off. So I just got this one undone. It just pops right out. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the bottom one. I'm replacing this part of the tie rod. I'm not replacing the whole thing. So I'll get that off here. Alright, mine was kind of rusted on there, so I had to use some something to loosen it up. Some lubricant. I've almost got it off here. As you can see, I'm just twisting it off now that it's loose. And this just pulls right up and out like that. So I'm going to replace this one. I bought it from somebody used, and they duct taped it, or they electrical taped it on. They told me they did that, which is fine. Just like kind of give it a little ride. And I'm going to go ahead and take the duct tape off and replace this piece right here. Here's the broken piece. You can see that it's missing a bunch of stuff. It probably would have been fine on there for emergency, you know, nothing if you need to get out of Dodge. This is what the new piece looks like, so you can see what it's supposed to have looked like. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this piece off real fast. I'm just going to use a wrench. You're going to torque one way with this wrench, torque the other way with that screw, and it'll loosen that up. Okay, so my nut was stuck on there pretty good, so I had to get a blowtorch and I heated it up. Now I got it loose, so it kind of just unscrews here. So you can see I can do it pretty easily with my hand. I forgot to mention, you want to count how many circles you are, so how many turns of your wrench you are. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this side. I'm not doing that, so it doesn't matter. This side, I counted, and when I put this back on, I will make sure that it's the same distance away from this. You can see it just screws up, and it'll snug up right up against this collar when I'm ready. Oh, so I'll finish unscrewing it. Pops off. I got my new one, so it just screws right on. You're going to want to get it to about where you had it, is what I like to do, and then I'll screw this one up to where it needs to be, where I remember it being. On this one I can see where it was, see the different color. So you can screw it to right. That's what I'm going to do. And then after I get everything put on, I will check my alignment on the four-wheeler, make sure the wheels aren't poking out one way or the other. You don't have to over tighten this too much. It'll be pretty good. I'll get my wrench here and tighten it up as I see fit. So now I've got my piece, making sure they're opposites. Then you take and you just stick it back in there. Right there. And this one will go back in right here when I pull the wheel back in. When I pull the wheel back in, the steering wheel, I'll put that back into the hole, and then I'll proceed to put the bolts back on, and make sure to put your cotter pin back in right here so it doesn't break loose. And that's how you change the tie rod. You can either do this with the whole tie rod, or if you want to just do the tie rod ends, it's the same process. That's how you do it.